Imagine managing 500 computers in your network. Every single one needs the same security policies, the same printer settings, the same software restrictions. You can't touch each computer individually. That would take forever and create chaos. So how do large organizations handle this? The answer is group policy objects, and understanding them will transform how you manage Windows environments. Welcome back to N7 Tips. I'm your host, and today we're diving deep into group policy objects, or GPOs as we call them in the industry. GPOs are one of the most powerful features of Active Directory, and they're absolutely essential for anyone managing a Windows Server network. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what GPOs are, how they work, and how to create and apply them to manage your entire network from one central location. Let's get started. Let's start with the fundamentals. A group policy object is essentially a container of settings that controls how Windows computers and user accounts behave on your network. Think of it as a rulebook. Instead of manually configuring settings on each machine, you create one GPO that applies to hundreds or thousands of devices at once. GPOs are stored in Active Directory and are applied automatically when computers start up or when users log in. They refresh periodically too, so changes you make in a GPO instantly propagate across your entire network. This is the magic of group policy: centralized control, massive scale, zero manual intervention on individual machines. So where do you actually manage group policies? There are a few tools you'll work with. First is the Group Policy Editor, the basic tool for viewing local policies settings. But when you're managing GPOs across your entire domain in Active Directory, you'll use the Group Policy Management Console. This is the professional tool that IT administrators use every day. Both tools are built into Windows Server. Behind the scenes, Active Directory domain controllers store all your GPOs, and the actual policy files are stored in the sysvol folder on your domain controllers. This shared folder gets replicated across all your DCs automatically, so every domain controller always has the latest policies. Group policies split into two main categories. Computer policies apply to the computer itself, regardless of who logs in. These run at startup and handle things like security settings, firewall rules, and system services. User policies apply to user accounts and run at logon. These control things like mapped network drives, desktop backgrounds, start menu appearance, and application settings. The key difference is timing and scope. A computer policy applies once per boot. A user policy applies every time that user logs into any computer. This separation gives you incredible granular control over your environment. Understanding policy application order is crucial. We use the acronym LSDOU to remember this. Policies apply in this sequence: local policy first, then site policies, then domain policies, and finally organizational unit policies. Think of it like layers. Each layer gets applied in order, and if there's a conflict, the later layer wins. So an organizational unit policy overrides a domain policy. This lets you set broad policies at the domain level and then customize them for specific organizational units. There's also an option to enforce a policy, which means it cannot be overridden by policies lower in the hierarchy. This is powerful for security-critical settings. Let's walk through creating an actual GPO. Open the Group Policy Management Console on your domain controller. Navigate to your Active Directory structure and find the organizational unit where you want to apply the policy. Right-click it and select Create a GPO in this domain and link it here. Give your GPO a descriptive name. Use a naming convention like prefix description version so you can track policies easily. Now right-click your new GPO and select Edit. This opens the Group Policy Editor where you'll see the full tree of available settings. You'll see computer configuration and user configuration sections. Drill down into the policies you want to configure. For example, if you want to disable USB drives, you'd go to Computer Configuration, Policies, Administrative Templates, System, Removable Storage Access. Once you configure your settings, close the editor. The policy applies automatically at the next group policy refresh cycle, which happens every 90 minutes by default, or immediately when computers restart or users log out and back in. Let's cover the three most common GPO problems you'll encounter in the field. First, GPOs not applying. This usually happens because the client hasn't refreshed policies yet. The fastest fix is to run the update command on the client computer. You can also check in Group Policy Management to verify the GPO is actually linked to the correct organizational unit. Second, you'll sometimes have conflicting policies. Remember LSDOU order. Organizational unit policies always win over domain policies. If you need a domain policy to be absolutely mandatory, mark it as enforced. Third, sometimes a GPO applies to the wrong people. This usually means the target users or computers don't have the right security permissions on the GPO, or they're not members of the target organizational unit. Always double-check group membership and permissions. Use the security filtering feature in GPMC to fine-tune exactly which users and computers a GPO targets. You've just learned everything you need to know about group policy objects. You understand what they are, where they live, how they apply, and how to troubleshoot them when things go wrong. This knowledge makes you dangerous in a Windows Server environment. In the next episode, we'll build on this foundation and dive into DNS setup for Active Directory. DNS is absolutely critical for your domain to function, and we'll walk through the entire setup process. If you found this video helpful, please hit that subscribe button and drop a comment below with any GPO questions you have. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode of N7 Tips.